Hey, welcome back, Hit Niggers Outdoors. I'm David. You hear the golden retriever in the back. They think that the stick that I got the camera mounted on is a stick for her to be on so she can go retrieve it. But we're not here to do that today. Hush! What we're here to do is talk a little bit about the difference between a box blade. I'm sure you've all seen box blades. It's got a scraper in the front here that does the majority of the work, scooping stuff up. And we've also got, some of them have these on the back so you can push back with it. And you've also got ripper teeth. And this is a pretty heavy duty one. This is a Rhino. And you can see we've put it to a lot of use, including driveway work. But, hush! Crazy dogs. But we've also have one of these everything attachment landscape planes. This is not their heavy duty model, but I assure you it is very heavy duty. And let me throw a dirt clod for this dog before she drives me crazy. There we go. But this has got two scraper blades and they're set at an angle, and I'll show you some video clip on how that works. With the box blade, you move a lot of material. With this thing, all you do is try and loosen up a little bit of the material on your driveway and redistribute it. And the more passes you make, the more gravel that you thought was gone for good, you can actually recover from the driveway, and this will smooth it out and make it look halfway decent. It also has ripper teeth, this particular one, but looks like I've lost a couple of the points off of there, but I don't use those very often, to be honest with you. Once you get your driveway, or anything else for that matter, like you want it, you can use this to maintain it. The bush hog over there, on the other hand, not the bush hog, the box blade is a much better tool for moving large amounts of material from place to place. It's got the back on it, it's got the sides. You can get a bucket load of stuff moved from a high spot to a low spot with this, and that's where this thing shines. But we've also got a landscape rake. So for a quick visual, this is the plane, and we'll talk about the box blade in a second, and I'll show you a little bit of our landscape rake in action. Okay, here you can see how much material we're actually picking up off of the left-hand side of your screen there and moving back towards the middle of the driveway. So with a box blade, you can carry a whole lot of material from place to place, and in the meantime, it's also filling in any potholes or anything else that you have in the way. The difference now is that we're taking a much less aggressive cut, and you can see we're just smoothing out what we gathered up in the other pass. And there's a little bit in the fast motion to show you, but that's how the box blade. So you can see here that the landscape rake doesn't pick up nearly as much gravel as the landscape plane, which doesn't pick up as much gravel as the box blade. Let's show you something else while we're up here. We've got the backhoe mounted up on the tractor. Been playing with it a little bit, so we'll have to get some of those videos out and posted. I need to pull it down to up to the shop, the barn here, and grease all the zerks up because it's time, but works good. Now we're just going to run some footage and show you how this land plane works. And I'd already made one pass down the driveway on this left hand side, and now we're headed back up the right hand side. And like I said, the more you go over it, you're not going to have to worry about taking all your gravel and winding up with a whole bunch, in the middle or on the ends or something else, because it's going to distribute it right back out the back side just as soon as you go over it, and it works a little more gravel up out of the dirt or the whatever. You can see on the right hand side there's a lot of dirt there because we actually need some more gravel brought in and spread out there. But you can reclaim some of that by using this tool, and that's why we have it. Now I want you to pay attention to the right hand side as we're looking at it of the land plane, and you see how the dirt is coming up to the top and then there's clumps of it that are falling over. That will leave little ridges and hills and bumps in your driveway, and the only way to correct that is to basically bring in some more gravel. And it would have also helped had it not been quite so wet, but I needed to go ahead and get this done. It was still a little bit too damp to be doing this, and so I had to go back the next day and kind of smooth it out a little bit more. But if you see that you see over on the right hand side of the land plane, that's not a good thing, because look behind and you can see all these little clumps. It's dropping. So if you're on a washboard road, that's the way to do it. If you don't do it this way. Wait till it dries out a little bit more. Alright, that's a pretty decent quick overview of these three implements. Like I said, get your stuff set up, get it all graded out like you want it with your box blade. Then you can switch to the landscape plane if you've got some heavy duty dress up work to do. And you know, if you've just got a little bit of scratching you want to do on it and maybe make it look pretty like it's been raked or something, then put the landscape rake on and make a couple of passes, and that'll make it look nicer anyway. But it's not going to do a whole lot for gathering up gathering up gravel that's already been pounded down into your driveway. You can get rid of these little race car lines like you see on the last pass. Just pick your landscape plane up just enough to where these big skids you see on the side are not dragging down in the dirt, and that'll get rid of those in a single pass. So you don't have to have those lines going down the middle of your driveway after all that work you just did. But if you got any questions or comments, something you'd like to see differently or something that you do differently, we'd be glad to hear about them in the comment section below. If you like this type of stuff, like I say, we got to get the backhoe out and going. Lots of projects going on here all the time. Just give us a like, subscribe, and we'll leave you with a little more of this and fast forward, and maybe a little bit of music to go along with it, and we'll see you next time. So have a good day. May God bless you, and we'll see you. Bye.